Hello, welcome back. And as part of the 30 Days Love Transformational Healing Journey, today I would like to bring forth the healing energies to support you in love communication and understanding how you show love and how others show love so that you can have more of a harmonious, balanced, fulfilling relationship in your life. Okay, so what is love communication? There's this book. Grab that. Here it is. The 5 Love Languages. Okay, by Gary Chapman. So this is a nice book if you haven't read this. And today I'm just going to share just the snippet of the 5 love languages. And it's important to understand how you show love, what is your primary language of love is, and then who is your significant others, that will be your spouse or your children or your parents, so that you can have a better understanding, like I said, come into balance. So that you can feel loved and be loved by others. Otherwise, there will be some misunderstanding and some big arguments or even tension and resentments, and that can lead to, sometimes even separation, divorce, and feeling like this person doesn't love me. So, for example, and I'll go over the 5 languages of love in a tiny bit, but like, for example, I remember my husband say, how come you always do nice things for other people and not for me? Or how come you are not spending time with me? Or how come you're not keeping spending on gifts, and when we don't have that much money, I don't see the importance of it, or especially when we're really tight, okay? And again, this is in the past when we were younger, and we didn't quite have this understanding, this awareness on the spiritual path, okay? So, and to and a little bit, you guys will understand why he probably said that, because my language of love is different from him, and that's why we couldn't really understand why I do these things and why he does other things. For example, and as I'm saying these things, and you can see which one of this resonate with you the most. And the key here is knowing that we all have different aspects of this 5 languages of love, but they're usually like one main primary one and usually a secondary one. Okay, that's more prominent. So when you can recognize your prominent ways of expressing and feeling that you're loved, then you can see other people in your life, what their prominent one is, so that, if it's not the same, then we need to come into a balance. Okay, again, guys, everything's in balance. Okay, that doesn't mean that you need to speak their language, doesn't mean they need to speak your language, but we need to come into a place where both person understand where we're coming from. So sometimes a compromise between, hey, I do spend quality time with you, and hey, I'll do things to help you out around the house, for example. So the first one is words of affirmation. So words of affirmation is actually just like that. The person's primary language is like, say, I love you, honey. You're so pretty today. I love what how's your hair is up or down. I love that dress that you're wearing, or that shirt that you have on, that kind of thing. Okay. So it's actually praising and affirming the things that feels good. Okay. That you want to hear. So this is, words of affirmation. Like, I love you, especially I miss you. Some people, this is their primary language, and you hear that a lot. Okay. My daughter, this part of her is like words of affirmation, because she just naturally said, Mommy, you look so pretty today, or Mommy, I love your dress. or mommy, I love that that necklace you got on, or something like that. Okay, so this is something, if this is your primary love language, you just naturally do this. Okay, so it's a part of, you know, who you are. You naturally do this. And then the other one is quality time. The second one is quality time. And quality time is basically spend quality time together, like time that you feel, you know, not distracted, and really just kind of sit down together, hug or cuddle, watch a movie together, or doing things together. Okay, like go on vacation together, traveling together, doing things together. So quality time. Okay, now doesn't quality time doesn't have to cost money. Just like, you know, being present and really, you know, caring. Um, so my husband primary love language is quality time. So uh, and I didn't understand this before, and I wasn't giving him the quality time. Then that's why he said those kind of things. Okay, my the next one before I share mine is receiving gifts. Okay, so receiving gifts is this like you like when you receive gifts, whatever that be, roses or cooked meals or anything, you know, a new pair of clothes, or you know, some plants um, to I mean some potting plants for the garden or whatever. So when you receive gifts, this is how you understand that you're loved. Okay, so you enjoy receiving gifts, and this is your way of saying, hey, I am loved and I feel loved. Okay, so when this is your primary love language, and when people don't give you gifts, guess what? You think you're not being loved. That makes sense. So again, it's understanding what that is, and then if you have someone in your family that, you know, love to receive gifts, then this is something that, you know, you, I guess, to try to balance this more and do that. Now, gifts doesn't have to cost money. Sometimes it's little stuff that the thought of it, or the out of love is big. That makes sense. It doesn't cost thousands and hundreds of dollars to buy gifts and gifts, but just the little thought of something. Hey, you know, I was at the store and I saw this. I thought of you. Okay, that kind of thing. Even just like $1 or $5 or something like that. And the next one is acts of service. So acts of service is like doing things for other people, and that's my primary love language, is like doing things for other people. And I do this in a way, not unconsciously now. It used to be, but I'll just, you know, just do things, give things, and just do things for people. You know, so sometimes I do things for other people than I do things for myself. And or at the time my husband, and he said, well, why are you doing all these things for other people, and why are you buying all these gifts for other people, when we could be saving money. Okay, and that's when, you know, back when we were younger, we were struggling with money, that kind of thing. So, you know, my mother-in-law, her language of love is acts of service. She cooks for our family. She, you know, basically she takes care of, you know, the grandchildren, my kids. So this is what she's doing to, you know, and, you know, Christmas time, she buy presents for the grandkids, that kind of stuff. So this is how she show love. Okay. And then the other one is physical touch. Okay. So the last language of love is physical touch. And if this is your language, basically you'll be, you know, want to be caressed, want to be hugged, want to be snuggled and cuddled, and even be intimate. And so this is how you feel loved, receive loved, and also, yeah, and this is how you like others to do the same to you. So whatever primary language of love is, we interpret that as the way of us receiving love, feeling loved, and we like that to be reciprocated. Does it make sense? So that's how we know that we loved. If other people say kind things to us, other people spend quality time to us, other people give us gifts, other people, do good, acts of service or do things for us, or feel like you're really loved and honored. And all of us have some aspects of this five language of love. It's just that, like I said, it's one or two that's more primary. And my little boy, his primary of language of love right now, he's about 4, but I feel it's more quality time, and there could be another one. And so, like sometimes when I'm launching some a healing package, or going on a big launch on an interview in a Tell Summit or something like that, I may be working a little later, and he will be coming in and say, "Mommy, stop, come, no more working," kind of things. He wants to spend time with him. He wants to cuddle and spend time more with him. So you can see how when we can really understand about this, if our language of love is mismatching, like for mine is act of service, for my husband is quality time, and sometimes it's overlapping. But if I don't focus on quality time, and I'm focused on act of service, and then the vice versa, then we're not communicating in the same way. And hence those questions at the beginning: why are you, buying all the gifts for people? Why are you spending so much time? Spending gifts to other people, and you always not basically do nice things for others, and that kind of thing. Okay. And I know these can be an argument in relationships if we really don't understand. The other second piece of this is important too, is to understand what is your natural state of expression. Okay, so it's usually two. One is introvert, and the second one is extrovert. So most of us have a combination of both, but there's a primary one. There's one that's your natural state of being will be higher. So for introvert, there's books on like their brain is overstimulated internally. Just imagine like engineering type, really analytical thinking, mind running 100 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour. So actually, naturally, their brain is overstimulated. They need quiet time to really recharge, reboost, recalibrate, and really settle down. So they enjoy quiet time more. So this is the natural state. Okay. So for extrovert, their brain supposedly not as stimulating, so they need outside environments to socialize, to interact, and to be around people and doing things, so that this can be stimulated for them. Okay, so introvert like to, if you're really extremely introvert, again, that needs to be balanced. If you're extremely extrovert, it can be balanced, okay, because sometimes too extreme another, if all you want to do is just stay in the house for forever, that's a little exaggeration. But you have people who say, I'm just a homebody, and I don't want to do anything, just stay here in the couch and watch TV or surf the internet, that's it, okay, and that's not healthy either. Or someone's actually always at parties, or going to their friends and hang out with their friends and buddies, girlfriends or buddies, and then not spending time with the children, or not spend time with the spouse. And you see how one can become resentful. And it's like, why are you spending all the time with your girlfriends, or why are you spending all the time with your boys, your buddies, and then not spending time with me, or not spending time with with the children? Okay. So if it's too much of that, it's not good either. But knowing this, then we can see how we can support each other. When someone is introvert, my husband's more like that, and he needs at least 30 minutes a day, or an hour a couple of times, 30 minutes at least minimum, to even an hour, couple hours in a day, where he just kind of sit quiet, meditate, and be in that space. Okay. For my daughter, she likes to do, my boys too, they like to do things, and they're more extroverted, and you know, my daughter is so cute. She can't wait to go on vacation. She said, Mommy, I'm ready now for the next vacation. And it's like, you know, we're not going to the beach until part of the summer when the weather's warmer. But now in January, February, for example, she's already ready to go on vacation on the beach, at the beach. So you can see how understanding that, and we feel like, hey, we're not doing things, socializing things, then we're not being loved, or we're not having, you don't understand me, I need that quiet time, the kids are too loud or whatever, then I'm not being loved or not being heard and seen. Okay, so this is important for us to kind of see where we are, and you know, just know relationships that it has to be opposite attracts. Okay, so there has to be some opposites, but also similarities to kind of round and connect. So there's a combination of those, and again, the key is, doesn't matter which one it is, it's understanding that, and then balance it, so that way you know, you can have a sometimes actually sit down and talk, because I tell my husband, I can't read your mind. If you need something, let me know. Um, so so sometimes it's a matter of understanding where each other are, and working, going from there, if you want to make the relationship work. Otherwise, you know, you can become resentful, and some of us, you know, especially introverts, stuff this stuff in, and one day it blows up, and no wonder, you know, all these things has been accumulated over decades and years, where it just like blow up, and you wonder why are she's acting like that, or why she's acting like that. Okay, so it's always good to communicate in any kind of relationship. Without communication, that's a big problem. Okay, that's not a relationship if you don't communicate. Okay, and communicate effectively where you feel you've been heard, been seen, and etc. Now, this is deeper than that. If you know, you don't feel seen and heard in your relationships, or in your family, your life, at work, your business, whatever, then that's a reflection within you. That's deeper healing that needs to be done. Okay, but today I want to bring forth the sharing around communication, and how you show and others in your family show and receive love, and how your natural state of being is, so that you can honor yourself more, and you know, and see how you can support one another in feeling loved and receiving love. And the key here is that if you're able to feel loved, and from this space, other people also have the permission to also be that too. So it's not like fixing anyone outside of us, even if sometimes we want to fix a husband, and sometimes we want to fix a wife, but actually the person we need to fix is, if you're going to use the word fix, is yourself. And from this place, the resentments and whatever we have towards the grudges towards these people, then it's actually, the bondage is free, and then you can actually, the relationship can be restructured and built on a solid foundation. Unfortunately, sometimes, or fortunately, how you look at this, when your love and relationship is not built on a strong foundation, when you are desiring to live your highest potential, desiring to, you know, have the greatest love, and you know, want to go with spirit, want to guide you, guess what, whatever that's not in alignment, it has to crumble down. Okay, and sometimes it may feel like shit hit the fan, but this is what's also needed. All this foundation is not built on piece of cards, now can be relayed and restructured, so that your relationship can be built on a solid foundation. And this has happened to my relationship with my husband. We've been together for about 20 years now, and it's crumbled at least one or two big times. Okay, so that it can be restructured in a higher, stronger. You're going to look at it that way. Okay, it got to. So if that's happening, and you, in the midst of it, just keep trusting the process. If it's meant to be, you will continue to be in a relationship. You can't do anything that won't be. Basically, if it's meant for you to together and to work this out, and to stay together and love each other and be happy, then that will come together. And if it's not meant to be, then with time it will tell. Okay, so now the key here, sometimes we there's a tendency for us to want to leave the relationship because we feel like we're not being seen and heard, being valued, being supported. He pissed me off, he triggers me, or she you know, she does that, whatever. It's actually the wounds within us that hasn't been healed. Does that make sense? This is very important. When you can heal the wounds within you that hasn't been healed, from there, the information, the clarity, and what you need to do next can come to you, okay? And you're not staying in a relationship too long and becomes resentful. You're not leaving the relationship too early and then not and not working on your doing work on yourself. And then guess what? The next relationship can be the same person. It seems like you marry the same person, just different faces and body or different place. So the reason why, because the energy that hasn't been transformed is still reverberating. Okay, so this is how you're gonna change that. So again, take a deep breath and receive. Allow whatever comes up to be here. Again, knowing this is the gunk that's been coming up to clear it out so that you can be in a fulfilling, loving relationship, whether taking your relationship to the next level, whether it be romantic, family, co-worker, or business, okay, relationship, or attracting a soulmate, okay, or loving yourself. All of this is part of that, okay? Abrakaniki, abrakaniki, adadadadada, abrakikikana, adadadadada, abrakikikana, dadada, adakan, adakikana, adakikana, abrakikana, adakikana, adakanaka, abrakikaniki, adadadadada, adadadadadadadadada, abrakikikana, adakikan, adakikan, adakikan. Beautiful. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.